your mom dies at age, okay, so let's paint this picture a little bit. So you're 13 years old. That's young, obviously. Your mom dies, and tell us, was it instant? Did it happen over time? Like, what was that moment?
It was really weird. I was sentenced to a boys' camp when I was 12 years old for 2 years. And so without belaboring the answer, the boys' camp sentencing was because I shot my stepfather. He used to beat me and my mom a lot. Like a lot. Mm-hmm. And so one day I decided to shoot him with his gun. I ended up not killing him. It was fine. Well, fine. I ended up getting sentenced to a boys' camp for 2 years. But it took me away from that environment. So it was a good and bad thing, because I still loved my mom, even though, I blamed her a lot for what happened. She was an alcoholic. She just wasn't okay. She wasn't a good mom, unfortunately. But I still loved her. She was my mom,
Of course.
And I didn't like my stepdad because he would beat me and her all the time. So I get sentenced to this boys' camp. And I used to come home on the weekends on visits. And one weekend, I don't know why, I decided not to leave. So I used to, on Sunday mid-afternoon, if I recall, I would have to get on a bus and go back about an hour and a half to the boys' camp. And I didn't leave. I didn't get on the bus. And for some reason, something was pulling me not to leave. Something was just like a gravitational pull. You're trying to jump up in the air, but every time you just get pulled down to the ground. Mm-hmm. And I go, I don't know why, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. So I told my mom, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. And she says, well, they're going to come get you. You're going to get in trouble. I don't care. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. So I didn't leave. And a day later, if I recall, a day or two later, they ended up coming to get me, my social worker. And I'll never forget my social worker, Deborah Bowser, coming to the school and getting me from school during the week. So she came, got me from the house. I was in trouble. And then I was in school during the week, or maybe the following week. And you remember back in the day, they would ring, the front office would ring the classroom. Mrs. So-and-so, please send Mr. Armstrong to the front office.
Sure. Yeah.
You remember that?
Through the speaker.
Yeah. Scared the hell out of you. So I heard that. Send Mr. Armstrong to the front. I said, oh boy, I'm in trouble again. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I'm in trouble. So I get my stuff, go to the front office, and then I'm waiting. They said, oh, your social worker's come to pick you up. Okay. I don't know what I did, but okay. So I remember Deborah walking down a walkway to the doors of the front office, and I was sitting there, and I saw her as she's walking, and she had the most somber look on her face. And I said, boy, something's, you get that feeling like, in your gut, something's off, like something's not okay. You can see somebody and there's something's heavy on their heart. So Deborah comes and gets me, and she says, Dave, we gotta go see your mom. I go, okay. And she says, look, your mom's in the hospital. She had a stroke and they don't expect her to be okay. So she might die. And I remember the hour and a half drive over to where I live, where my mom was. And I just felt like, well, this can't be real. Like everything's going to be okay. It's not, right. It's not a big deal. We get there to the hospital, and this is the last time I laid eyes on my mom. I couldn't even go to the funeral. We get there. We get into the room. She's hooked up to a bunch of, tubes and stuff. And I didn't know what the heck was really going on. And then all of a sudden she starts convulsing and her eyes roll back of her head. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. And they shoo me and Deborah, my social worker, out of the room. And then I see them going to her and stuff. And then we leave. And I didn't want to go back. I was like, I don't want to see her. I just want to leave. So we left, and she died, if I recall, a few days later. And I declined to even go to the funeral. I just felt like if I avoided it, maybe it wasn't true.